Hello and welcome to Financial Intelligence. In this video, I want to talk about hyperinflation and how we can benefit from it. Inflation is a hot topic these days, and it seems that pretty much everybody agrees that it is already happening and it's not going to go away anytime soon. Consumers are feeling the pinch from higher inflation, and the change has been so dramatic that you can literally notice rising expenses, including grocery store bills and gas prices on a daily basis. In the meantime, the American upper class is separating in terms of income from the rest of the society. What we see is that the top 20% have been prospering while the majority have been lagging behind. Hyperinflation is going to accelerate this process immensely. Given the fact that the US government has become hooked on printing money, US hyperinflation is becoming more and more a real possibility in the future. Now, the question becomes, how can somebody protect their finances and maybe even benefit from hyperinflation? In this video, I'm going to cover one of my favorite approaches to benefit from hyperinflation. If you like the type of content that I provide, subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up, and also hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my future videos. In order to benefit from hyperinflation, some people argue that you should hedge using cryptocurrencies. Some prefer buying commodities, including precious metals, and others choose to invest in real estate. In my opinion, investing in real estate is the most attractive choice because it has proven to deliver results many times in the past under inflationary environments. It is also less risky compared to other types of hedging strategies like buying cryptocurrencies and precious metals. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, has summarized the benefits of investing in the real estate market under an inflationary environment the best way. By the way, if you haven't already read his book, I strongly recommend it. Robert Kiyosaki argues that real estate investing is a great way to benefit from hyperinflation because of two reasons. First, it provides a hedge against inflation, and second, it offers an opportunity to multiply your gains by using leverage. Let me explain this by looking at a simple example. The first benefit that Robert Kiyosaki talks about is the fact that real estate assets are inherently great hedges against inflation. What this means is that if you purchase a real estate property, its value is going to remain intact even if the US dollar gets destroyed by hyperinflation. Say you purchased a rental investment property for $1 million in today's dollars and rented it out for $4,000 per month. If due to hyperinflation, the value of the US dollar drops by 100x, as an investor, you can adjust your rent accordingly and start charging $400,000 per month instead of $4,000 per month. Therefore, your hard asset is going to preserve its value, meaning that your investment has a built-in hedge against inflation. The second reason why Robert Kiyosaki recommends real estate is that you can use leverage to significantly increase your returns. So say you bought a $1 million property by borrowing $800,000. Currently, you can generally do this by taking out a 30-year mortgage that has a very low fixed interest rate. This means that your monthly payments are going to be roughly $4,000 per month for 30 years. Also assume that you decided to rent out the property for $4,000 per month. The first year, you're going to break even. However, when hyperinflation hits, you will be able to raise the rent, and therefore your rental income is going to go up with inflation. Note that the cost of owning this property, which is the mortgage payments that you have committed to pay, are going to remain the same at $4,000 per month for 30 years. Your profit, which is the delta between the rental income and the loan payments shown on this chart, is going to grow as inflation picks up. Therefore, you will actually benefit from rising inflation because you have increased your leverage by borrowing the money and locking in your loan payments at a lower interest rate. If you are invested in real estate, you actually want the inflation to be as high as possible. If hyperinflation happens in a few years, your monthly mortgage payments are going to be dwarfed by the rental income that you are generating. This is why you see a lot of billionaires, including individuals like Bill Gates, are actually borrowing huge sums of money to purchase hard assets such as agricultural farmlands. Bill Gates does not need to borrow money, but he's doing so to leverage up and lock in as many loans as possible at current historically low rates. Bill Gates is not the only one who is leveraging up. There are many other savvy investors who are doing the same by increasing their leverage by borrowing and buying assets that are going to provide a hedge against inflation. In my opinion, the forthcoming hyperinflation is going to wipe out the middle class in the US. People who own assets such as real estate and stocks will end up being part of the upper class. People who own little to no assets are going to become part of the lower class. I hope that you like this video. If you have any recommendation or suggestion, add them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my future videos. Thank you and take care.